snacks mixed with fat, reconstituted with a fake fat swirl in it, and most people can't even tell the difference. They must be idiots. I can tell the difference. But the point is, that stuff's almost eradicated, and at first it was a conspiracy theory 3 years ago. Pink slime a year ago was a conspiracy theory. They denied it. Enemies of liberty always try to deny to see if that works. But once this guy started talking, everybody was talking and refusing it. Now that'll be a chain reaction. Soon no one will be buying the pink slime stuff. They'll have to advertise it's pink slime free, just like GMO. So what's the GMO companies doing worldwide? Trying to get laws passed where you're not even allowed to label independently that it's not GMO. They've sued people, the milk processors and others, over that. Again, you've got the power. And what this guy just said is how we're going to turn it around. The marketplace is where people have met for 10,000 plus years and talk to each other. You're supposed to talk in the market. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold and come back to you, but this is too important of a call. I'm sitting there Sunday evening. My son wants a kayak. Well, we've got one little bitty kayak, but then his sister, and then they start fighting over it. Totally reasonable. We need 2 kayaks when we go out, someplace. And we got a creek when it's raining under the house as well we can take them to. Side issue. Point is, I can throw them in the back of the truck and take them. I'm standing there, and the woman says, what's your such and such, what's your zip code? And I just said, look, you're already getting it all on this credit card. And my son was there. He's there right now today. Came into work with me. And I said, problem is I kind of hesitate with these stories. So I'm going back to actually exactly what happened. I actually pull up the data like anybody does, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm sitting there at the Academy Sporting Goods store, and I got a bunch of ammo and stuff for the shoot I was about to do, some extra stuff we needed. And I'm there, and I've got a couple T-shirts I bought. I don't know why I'm telling that part of the story, but I'm there with a few items. And I get up there, and I said, yeah, I told the guy I want that green kayak over there, the one-man kayak. And she goes, that's fine, but you're going to have to fill out paperwork. And I didn't say anything. And then she says, zip code. And I said, you guys have got stores on every corner. You don't need my zip code to find out where to build a store. And you already data mined it all off of my credit card. So I know the lawyers that own this company think that gives consent if I give you the zip code to use the data off the credit card. But I said, I'm not doing it. And there's these people behind me in the line who look like total fluoride heads. A young lady, look like about 14, there's people behind her. And they look at me like I'm scum. And I said, listen, in America, it's not bad to talk to people and interface, and they won't talk. And I go, I'm not bad. You shouldn't laugh and give me condescending looks because I don't want to give her data. Manager comes over. Hey, what's the issue, Alex? I'm not even being that loud at that point. And I said, no issue. And the guy kind of aggressively gets in my space because, he's powerful. Everybody's like little mini cops nowadays. And he goes, okay, if you want that kayak, you're going to have to fill out some paperwork. And I said, I'm not going to fill it out. I said, for a $250 kayak, I've got to fill out paperwork. He goes, well, the authorities like it when we have all this in the records. And I said, what, because I'm going to escape Alcatraz? And I go, that's it. I'm so sick of this country. I said, you can just take it off if you want. And he goes, no, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens. So he goes over. I've paid for stuff. I've got my little cart there with the bags in it. And I see the little glassed-in case area where the manager is. I just go lean over the thing and start videotaping it. I've got it on my little globalist tracker system known as an iPhone. I'm going back to the caller, but I want to finish the story. So then they're like, well, I guess we've got to refund the money. And I go, good. I'm gonna expose all this. And they go, no, fine. We'll just put on there that you refuse to do it. And it's this big, huge form all about me and addresses and registration and driver's license. I mean, this is a prison, folks. You can't even get a boat. It's not like I'm in Devil's Island or something, in a French penal colony. And I left, and they came out to give me the kayak and forgot to give me the oar. I've got to go back in there. And they all shook my hand and said, we know what's coming. We know it's true. We're just trying to do our jobs. So they were totally different outside. We know the manager... The manager looked at me and he says, we know what's coming. We know you're right. And the guy that had kind of got in my space shook my hand, and I'm like, well, then why did you act like that in there? Because they were playing a role. Look, it's a kayak for a little kid, okay? It's not an al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda works for the bankers. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. I apologize. I'm going to skip this break so I can finish callers. I apologize. I'm out of control today. Let's go ahead and finish up. Who was I talking to? Alan in New Hampshire. Okay, so you brought up 2 good points. Big victory with the artificial toxic pink slime. Please continue.
Yeah, roger that. And I'm going to go ahead and say that my opinion on this bully epidemic is a lot to do with the victim disarmament and people not. You're not allowed. What happened to the days when you could take your son who's being bullied out and teach him some boxing and then have him go defend himself? That, I think, is part of the reason why it's becoming such an epidemic, and there is such a huge problem. There's a no tolerance with fighting. I grew up, I was bullied until I started fighting back, and then you know what? I was no longer bullied.
Me too. I think the best thing ever happened to me was being bullied. Because my dad said, well, you better fight them harder, and by the end of it now, I'm not afraid of people.
And I post a ton of stuff on Facebook regarding government tyranny. I just recently posted some stuff about HR 345 where they're trying to make protesting a felony. And I've noticed that they're all just a bunch of zombies on Facebook where they just want to relay these silly pictures and nobody wants to read anything of worth. And it disgusts me. I was actually, to change the subject real quick, I was getting my hair cut the other day, and I started talking to my barber about the NDAA and GMOs in the food, and he was really interested because he has an 11-month-old, and I started telling him about all the corn syrup and the formulas and stuff like that. And then the other barber comes in and tells him, don't listen to this guy, he's a conspiracy theorist. So that's how I knew I was over the mark and hitting... Well,
exactly. Imagine the average, and we've done a review, is why we know. We've brought him in and showed him here on air. I forget the name of the show, but I should do it again with Mike Adams. And we were showing the 3 major brands are all over 75% corn syrup and sugar. They're all right at 50. Well, they're either 49 or 55, if memory serves, corn syrup. Then there's corn syrup. So it's high fructose, corn syrup, rice sugar. It'll just have all these sugars, 70+% sugar. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had pediatricians on who've broken the matrix. They say maybe 20% of a formula should be sugar. The point is that we are killing our children. You lovingly try to warn somebody, and you're the bad man. You know what? Again, that barber made that joke. He thinks it's cute. I'd have been, listen, I don't appreciate you being condescending, buddy. And well, actually, at first, I probably would have been, you know what? Corn syrup's really hurting people, and America's waking up. And then if the guy smart-mouthed again, I'd say, listen, it's not a joke, okay? We're really hurting our children here with this corn syrup. And if the guy bucked up, I'd say, well, actually, I wouldn't say that. But the point is that I'm done with these people, okay? Because we're informed doesn't mean we're bad. It doesn't mean we're scum. And I'm sick of people that think it's virtuous to be ignorant. I appreciate your call. Calls like that just get my blood up. And I'm telling you, I don't need to fill out 2 pages of paperwork to get a kayak. I don't need to register it because the police want it registered. What am I going to do? Fill it full of, corn syrup and put it into the dam? I mean, I'm just sick of it. This idea that there's terrorists everywhere. Oh, they're terrorists. Another 50+ heads got found on the U.S.-Mexico border. People are getting stabbed and murdered and shot all over the place, and the police aren't showing up to help them because they're too busy writing tickets under orders. All over England, and I'm not bashing Eastern Europeans, they come from rough places, crime-riddled. They are stabbing and killing people in England, and no one's defending them, and the police can't ever find out who did it. And they won't, I mean, again, this is serious business. I don't know how these calls make me so angry. I try not to get angry, ladies and gentlemen, because it just drains my energy. It's so stupid that they won't let kids defend themselves everywhere. Of course that's why bullying's exploding. That was my point about England. Of course it is. Let me tell you something. As soon as I started fighting back, even though the guys were 2 or 3, 4 years older than me, who'd flunked grade after grade, should have been sophomores in high school, in 7th grade with mustaches. As soon as I started fighting back, they moved on to somebody else because even though they could at first still whoop me, it wasn't fun. And again, that's who the tyrants are looking for, is people they can push around. That's what the TSA is. All of this is bullying. This isn't America. People are like, come on, buddy, go along with it. Now, there's the new American flag. Can we come up with the one with the guy groping the other person? Wow, when did that? That is really nice. Good. There you go. There's the new American flag. The people are offended by that. I mean, that's what the TSA does. So, land of the groped, home of the slave. I'm going to shut up here. I rant so much. I don't even go to calls. I don't even cover half the news. I don't even plug products I'm supposed to be able to fund this place. I just sit here and rant endlessly. Dean in Alaska. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can, your lordship.
It's good to talk to you, Alex Jones from Alaska. Standing here with a couple Striker Brigade guys just fresh back from Afghanistan. Having a good day at the lake. I had a question for Joel Wallach. My daughter says the B vitamins make her cry, and she won't take them. What's up with that? She says her naturopath doctor claims that the high level of B vitamins are bad for her. What's up with that?
Well, I mean, even mainstream media, which makes me question it, is saying B vitamins and essential fatty acids are awesome. I mean, they're awesome. But I guess it might make somebody more emotional to have their full brain capacity. But I mean, I'm telling you, I'll have to ask him that. I've never heard anybody say B vitamins are bad. I mean, I don't know how to respond to that. She says she has a naturopath doctor telling her B vitamins are bad?
Right, he's telling her if she's short on them and she takes them, then she'll have a reaction that's bad.
Well, I'll tell you, that's probably true. The first time I took a wheatgrass shot, it made me sick because I just wasn't used to that level of vitamins and folic acid. And then the next few times it got better and better. And now if I'm ever at the store where they have them, I get them and it doesn't make me feel ill. So, yeah, I mean, I guess she could have a response to that. I'm not Dr. Wallach, but I'll have to ask him next time he's on. Are those guys happy to be home from Afghanistan?
Yeah, they're happy. They're here with their boys fishing, having a good day.
That's what I thought. I heard some kids in the background.
Yeah, they just got back from multiple deployments, you know.
Do those guys think mercury's good for their children?
Well, I handed them one of your cards, and I just drifted offshore in the wind here, so they're losing hearing from the speakerphone, but didn't have a chance to bug them too much on this day they're trying to have off. I didn't want to stress them.
No, I hear you. You could have asked them about opium production.
Having the other guys said that that's all they're doing over there.
Is lovingly cultivating the poppies, so when your teenager gets caught using it that they bought from the local government person, they can go to a slave camp?
Yeah, opium and marijuana production is the name of the game there in Afghanistan.
Oh, they do grow marijuana. Well, Europe wants it. But if they catch you with it, you're going to jail. And again, the average cop pulls you over, wants to search your car. I'm like, I don't use your products. I mean, do you think I'm the Easter Bunny here, pal?